Let me ask you something. Um, if you trained you a protection dog and you wanted to, you was gonna put them in a home, somebody who may need them. How do you teach this new owner to become this dog's man?
Man, you just hit up on one of the a good topic right there, Joe. Because I tell people, if you're going to buy a fully trained protection dog, you're not buying no protection dog. If he's a fully trained protection dog, then somebody at your house is supposed to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you go buy a dog, fully trained protection, bring him to your home, and that dog knows who's welcome, who's supposed to be there, who's not supposed to be there? So that's one of the first things. If somebody say, I'm buying a fully trained protection dog, you just to buy an accident, or you just to buy something that ain't gonna do what he's supposed to do. So what I do, Joe, is with my dogs, I sell people a young dog with all the basics.
Mm-hmm.
I sell them a good, happy dog that I've started. He's got some obedience. He's been in the home. He's riding in the truck. He's going in the stores. He's playing with kids, going to the park. I can probably, in a lot of cases, he's probably had some agitation. Then I sell them and I let this dog learn the family. And then I have the family to come back. And now we put the seriousness to the dog, because now the dog knows his family. He knows the rules of the house and the layout of the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I do my program. I sell you a dog with potential.
Mm-hmm.
Let you go home, build a relationship with this dog, and then you come back and you handle the dog while we teach the dog. And in my program, Joe, we can customize the training to wherever fits your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You may not live in the neighborhood I live, Joe. You may be able to leave your truck door open, your truck unlocked, or leave your house unlocked. In the neighborhood I live in, I may not. You may be able to walk down the street, go walking at 12:30 in the morning and be cool. In the neighborhood somebody else live in, they may not. You may not need a gun. In somebody else's neighborhood, you better not have one. You know what I'm saying? So I question people. Tell me about your lifestyle. What type of things do you do? Do you enjoy? Do you have a lot of company? Do you go a lot of places? So now we customize training so we can really guarantee us and really solidify that in your lifestyle, the way you move, if you need this dog, he's gonna work for you, because we've taken him through the channels. And I relate this to like this. When a person gets drafted for the war or signs up for the military, they don't just take you and go drop you off in the war zone.
Mm-hmm.
They take you and they prepare you. They take you through situations. They get you ready to be dropped off in the war zone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I do with my dogs. I don't sell any fully trained dogs, but all my personal protection dogs, they're very social dogs for the most part. They're not vicious dogs. See, a lot of people, when they get a puppy, a lot of people think, Joe, when they want a personal protection dog, they don't want nobody. I don't want nobody around my dog. I don't want nobody to rub my puppy. I'm the total opposite. I take my puppy everywhere. I want everybody to rub my puppy. I want my puppy to trust people first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want my dog, every time I'm somewhere, he just barking at people for no reason.
Right.
I don't want him trying to bite somebody for no reason. I teach my dogs to act upon your body language. Now, when I put my dog behind my fence at my house, 8 years old or 80 years old, when you walk up toward my gate, he's gonna be barking and alerting. It doesn't matter whether I'm out there or not. But the moment I tell him it's okay and leave it, then I want him cool with it. If I invite you in or if I let you in my space, I want my dog to be cool with it. I don't want him trying to get at you for no reason. But if I felt like you would possibly be a threat, I'm not gonna let my dog wander away from me.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that most likely nothing's going to go down between me and you, then I don't care if my dog is playing with my horses or running around, because I feel like I don't need him. And first of all, I know how to create space for my situation to give my dog time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So with a family dog, man, it's just about you can customize training to your lifestyle, to the way you live.
What's the hardest thing about training family protection dogs, if it is?
Is having you got to have some help, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You see so many trainers out there taking bites from their own dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst thing you can do if you're trying to make a protection dog.
Right.
So when I play with my dogs with rags and toys, it's always just play. I ain't never letting them bite me on no sleeve. I'm just a lot of times just playing with them with a rag. But it's always in play. I never put them in defense. I never put them in fight mode. It's just always in play. And I teach all my dogs what no means. So when we're playing, and if he starts playing too rough, then we can shut it down at any time. You know, so I established that. But you gotta have some help if you want to train protection dogs. And I think, Joe, the real reason why a lot of people don't want to do the stuff that a real dog needs is because you can't rely on equipment so much. And there's a lot of room for an accident to happen because you got to trust the handler. See, a lot of times, if I got working with somebody and I don't trust their handling skills, then I got a safety chain on their dog. I got them kind of on a back tie, just in case.
Right.
You know, until I can trust their handling skills, then we're not getting off of that back tie.
Right.
Because what I'm doing is not, it's training to me, but I'm making it real to this dog. So your accident could cause me to get bit. If I put on a leash, this leather leash, and it's dry rotted, now I could cause my help to get bit. So I got to always pay attention to my equipment, and I got to pay attention to somebody's handling skills. So I think a lot of times the real stuff, man, is risky, and it's a lot of chances to actually really get bit. And I think a lot of trainers, they don't want that, you know.
What's your thoughts on muzzle work?
So, man, if you really want to know if your dog will bite, until you put a muzzle on him, you may not know. So for protection work, definitely. But to see these guys just steady doing muzzle work, it's unnecessary to me, because where else are you going to do it? It's kind of, I guess, I mean, you're going to be like the police and shoot somebody with your rubber bullet, you know? I mean, we're not the police. We're not going to need that out here. So that's just to test your dog. That muzzle to me is just to test your dog to see if he'll really get in there and want to mix it up.
Right. Right.
So once I see that my dog want to mix it up, then I don't do a whole lot of muzzle work. You know, I don't care about him punching somebody with the muzzle.
Right.
You
So
know,
what, I mean, do you introduce a suit or anything to him at some point?
So I do use, so you gotta have some kind of equipment, because if not, you're not gonna actually be able to let your dog engage and bite. It's just that so many trainers are totally dependent upon equipment.
Yeah.
So the equipment don't come into my program till down the road. It's so many guys that the equipment is right off the bat.
Yeah.
So the dog is, when you see a dog, Joe, and he comes and bites the sleeve, and soon as he slipped the sleeve out, he's packing it around and shaking his head and happy with the sleeve, and your man is still standing right there before you, you're making a sport dog. You're not making a dog for real protection.
Right.
So when I see that, hopefully you guys, you protection trainers, you're making sport dogs. You're not making real dogs. When I see a guy letting this dog bite and you sitting there rubbing this dog, the man that he's biting is sitting there rubbing the dog, you're making a sport dog. You're not making a real protection dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I turn my dog on, he's for real. He's ready. He's ready to do something to you. And with my training, he's not mad. He's not vicious. He's just been trained to do this job, and he likes doing it.
Mhm.
You know, so he's ready. He's willing and ready to go to work for me.
Hey guys, if you need raw dog food anywhere in the United States, be sure to visit our friends over at TexasTripe.com.